Shalom, shalom. Welcome, family. Welcome. Just getting stuff together. Look, I was getting a camera together, right? Then I actually didn't press live, so we are live now. So just give us a second to get together. Hope you guys can hear me. But if not, now you can. Yes, we are live. Got the microphone. Got the microphone. I know I speak quiet, so I gotta have this microphone right here next to my my mouth so you guys can hear me clearly, right? Just waiting on a wife. I'm about to shut this door. Don't know if you guys heard the baby, but yes, we are live. We are live. We are live. Yes, welcome, welcome, guys. Shalom, shalom. Um, today, we are talking about. Huh?
Do we have the iPad up here?
I think no, it's downstairs.
Should I go down
No, just tell them to bring it up.
there? Tell Jeremiah to bring
So whoever not telling her.
it. Jeremiah, bring the iPad there.
Sorry about that, guys. But yes. Make sure you when you enter the chat, make sure you like the video. Make sure you leave us some comments throughout the video. Because today we're gonna give you guys something juicy. We're gonna give you our experience. Since 2020, basically, ever since we arrived here in Africa, we're gonna give you our journey. Go ahead, lock that too. Our journey here in Africa and what we think is the best thing to do when you come to Africa, when it comes to investing, when it comes to land, when it comes to building, just everything that we have done, on the ground here on the continent. So just make sure you like the video when you enter the chat. And I started the video. I was trying to like fix it, and
Yeah,
then
that's good.
I just pressed live. I'm like, oh snap, we live.
That works well.
I think I was picking my nose, but I don't know.
Oh gosh, you're hilarious. Yes, Shalom fam, man. This video, I'm excited about this video because this is like a nice little workshop over our journey. I think there's no better indicator of what's possible in logistics other than hearing somebody else's journey to understand, okay, how are people actually doing this successfully?
Exactly. Yeah. Yep.
So, do you want to start with how we thought we were going to move to Ghana?
I mean, I think shalom, shalom, family, welcome. Man, I was supposed to call you last night, but I didn't.
You
Look, yeah, I'm gonna call
can
you.
call tonight.
I'm gonna call you tonight. It just being, yeah. But I'm gonna call you. Shalom, welcome, guys, welcome. Make sure you like the video. But yeah, I think our journey here is pretty much everybody's mindset when they come here. Is to get land, is to build,
Hmm.
is to be sustainable. But once you get here, you start to realize there's certain things that you have to do um, before you really break ground.
Right. Yeah. Breaking ground is no joke, too.
Yeah,
That's no joke. I mean, clearing land,
exactly.
depending on where the land's located, and country land is nothing like Africa country land.
Yeah, the
Like
bush,
you don't understand until you
and
actually
it's not
walk
that
out
bad.
and see it.
Yeah, it's not that bad though. I guess like the first time you see it, but once you really get it
Get used to
and
it.
really start to work on it, it's like, oh, it's not that bad.
And then we're young too. So you also
Yeah.
have to take it from the perspective also maybe middle-aged people because we moved at 24 and
Hmm.
26. I was 24, you were 26.
Yeah. 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 So yeah, in 2020, our mission was to go to, or 2019, I'll say.
Yeah, we were heading to
Our mission
Ghana.
was to go to Ghana. We wanted to go to Ghana. We had someone there. We did did we send like,
Oh yeah, we sent hundreds of dollars. Wasted so much money.
yeah, we
Oh,
wasted a lot of
on
money.
it was a I guess it was like an eco village type thing in
Yeah,
Ghana.
yeah.
Y'all can't find the person out. They're not even online no more. Like
Hmm.
it's just like a whole thing.
Yeah.
But looking back, definitely people that are seeking to get in community right away, just pump the brakes and look at things for yourself and just wait a minute. I know last month in State of the Diaspora, you were saying how it's so important when you land here to just sit and wait for six
Yeah.
months
Yep.
because you don't know. You think it's a great opportunity that's right outside the city, but in a lot of these African countries, there are phenomenal opportunities way outside the city.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, and the relationships you build with the villagers.
Exactly.
Oh,
Because I can
it's a
imagine
blessing.
when our car broke down and then I had to go to that village, I
Mm-hmm.
still have connections there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I still can go there.
What's that
The
village called
land,
again?
Masata.
Masata.
It was nice. The land, was there and everything. So I'm pretty sure if I go back there and connect with
Yeah,
the people,
because they
we
never
probably can
forget
get like
you.
yeah, yeah. So it's not. I'll say don't rush to do something. You always got to
Mm-hmm.
be patient. You got to be diligent. You have to know, um, the game plan. Like
Yeah,
we always suggest, come here, um, and get used to the lay of the land first.
yeah.
You have to build relationships. Exactly. You have to build relationships with the locals. You have to test them in a way too.
How you test them? You're good at that. You're like an expert at that
Like yeah, I
because you've
even if it's
hired a
little money.
project manager. You've hired an actual team
Yeah,
of villagers who are excellent at building.
yeah.
How did you vet them?
That I well,
How did you
our
know how to
spirit,
trust them?
just the spirit in itself, but yeah, just seeing how they react to certain things. So I remember like going up there, and we would get coconuts. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
they charged me the local price instead
Right.
of like the foreigner price. So I
Okay.
understood like, okay, that's
That's a
that's
good
good.
sign.
And then I would give them extra and
Yeah.
say, just next time you don't have change, just give it to me next time. Then I come up next
Building
time
that
and they'd
trust.
be like, oh, here's your change. And it's like, wow,
Hmm.
that's okay. It was only like $1, but thank you so much for being honest.
Yeah.
So it's little things like that where,
Yeah.
you know, you got to test people out. Even with the relationship with our project manager in Tanzania,
Yeah.
I was testing him out with the same thing pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, hey, if I needed, if I was short on change or something like that, I would see if he had it. And he would just be like, this is all I have. But it's like, okay, you know, you got to really test these relationships before, you got to prove them. You got to prove them
Mm.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's been working on the project now for his it's not 2 years yet. Has it been 2 years?
Yeah.
It has been
No,
two.
Tabernacle. Yeah.
A year and a half, 2 years?
2 years going up in Tabernacles.
Wow. two
Yeah.
years, yeah. Yeah. So that's like a foolproof relationship, fail proof. That's like,
Yeah.
wow, such a blessing.
Yep.
And then be able to share that with you guys. Well, we're sharing more details. You're mostly sharing more details because you were the one like out there watching them build everything and do a lot of this stuff and members only. So if you're not subscribed to members only at $7 a month, you may want to do that because when you drop that video, it's going to
Hmm.
be,
Yeah, I'm gonna
how
give
to
more
manage
details.
property from
Yeah.
multiple countries on earth,
Yeah.
which actually brings us to, and it's so timely that all this is happening. I'm honored to be able to represent our family at the International Wealth and Investment Summit. I'm going to show y'all on Instagram. So if you want more information on that, you're going to have to follow me on Instagram at Tiffy G Writes, TiffyGWrites, where we're talking about we have like real estate investors that invest in Dubai, Ghana, Dominican Republic, agency owners, lawyers, and I'm actually speaking on the digital nomad life and investing in business abroad and in East Africa. So follow me at Tiffy G Writes if you want more information on that.
Yeah.
And I'm just so honored and happy. To the Most High be the glory. It's beautiful. This is like a long-term connection in business that I had back when we were in Ohio.
Hmm.
And so we were like in the same business community circles, and it just so ended up we kept in touch all these years. and she started to see that I was abroad, and I started to see, oh, she's investing in international real estate abroad too.
Yeah.
And so she would drop some very excellent gems on investing in property in Dubai, like gems that I'm like gonna be listening to these sessions like, oh, okay, you can do this from your home and you don't have to live in Dubai.
Yeah.
Like, what? Okay,
Yeah, that's the goal.
okay.
Just live where you live and do business elsewhere. But you have to build that relationship.
You do. Yeah, let me put in the chat. Let me do it. Let me do it from the iPad.
But yes, shalom, shalom, family. Welcome, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like the video. We're just talking about our journey since 2020. I think we kind of got, I don't want to say sidetracked. We were just talking about how we were um, building relationships, really just having trusted relationships. Um, so in 2020, we wanted to go to Ghana, but that didn't work out. And Tanzania popped up. And as soon as we got to Tanzania, what happened? We wanted to do pretty much the same thing, but it didn't work out. So we just decided to, you know, listen to the Most High and kind of separate from a lot of stuff and see what He needs us to do. He just told us to sit your butt down
And go on your
yeah, go on your
own.
own. Like really, so
For real.
he just had us really like, and that's something deep to talk about too. And that's
Mm.
part of what I'm gonna say too. You have to you have to build your household. You got to have a solid household before you can have a solid nation.
Mm.
So everybody wants to come together as a nation and as a community and just come together and build. But if your household is not solid and if you can't um, have your household in order and run smoothly, you know, it's going to be it's going to be difficult to mash with other households, if that makes sense. So you really have to understand that we are in that time of, unity right here in the household. And then, of course, the relationships that we have is all over. Yes, I think we're back. Let us know if you can see us and hear us. We went out for a second. Let us know you can see us and hear us. Put a 7 in the chat. We like sevens.
Yeah, put a 7 if you can hear us. And is anyone like, yeah, I definitely want to invest in real estate abroad. And y'all don't even have to be like, once you establish connections. So we're 4 years in, obviously. Once you establish connections and you build a network, the first, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
1 to 3 years. After that, in that third year, you can start to in other countries to
Exactly.
diversify,
Yeah.
because the way that this US dollar looks and the way that everything looks, the one thing that you can trust is that somebody's going to need land or a house to live in.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's possible to sell, your house while you're over here in Africa on the continent. Because
Yeah.
that's something that we did. We're like this video. We're just speaking about our experience and what actually worked for us. Hold on, keep talking. That's weird.
I think it's they might be burning stuff.
No, that's weird.
But what were we saying? You made me forget what we were
After
saying.
we sold the house in
Oh,
America.
yes, yes. We had property also in America that we sold. And you guys are probably thinking, did you have to go back to America for that? We did not have to do that. Y'all, the research and logistics and people we were connected with to understand how to do business internationally, it really sets us up for a life of ease. I mean, back
Yeah,
in
go
2022,
see
we
what that
sold
is.
property as a power of attorney. We signed over a power of attorney for them to handle everything in the States, and all the funds, everything was good. So we could invest here in East Africa and expand that way. And so y'all gotta be woke on these things, that these legalities that you can use to invest and diversify your dollar and diversify the way that you're living. because your goal should either, and we look at it two ways, especially having a family of seven. We look at it as when we invest in property, we're not necessarily investing in it to live in it. When we invest in property, we look at it from a business standpoint as entrepreneurs.
Exactly.
Now we may go take a vacation or whatever in the property, but for the most part, the property is there to make revenue and generate different currencies other than USD.
Exactly. Yep.
So that's the way that we advise you guys to actually look at investing in real estate, and that especially international investing, where depending on which country you're in, for example, in this country we're in right now, it's super easy to stay here long term. But in a country like Tanzania or Kenya, it may not be as easy to stay long term. And so instead, you would have the mindset of, okay, this place is actually going to be designed for the investment property and not staying here long term, but you can still live in proximity to go and visit and whatever you'd like to do. So that's the route that we take and have taken and continue to do, and it works out great.
Exactly. Yeah. And how to I don't know if you talked about this, but how do you fund this real estate stuff?
Yeah, we fund this real estate stuff through our businesses.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
always gotta have a business, um, and that's what people have to understand when coming here to Africa. You have to have that business mindset. Um,
Right.
you gotta be a
This internet is horrible today.
yeah yeah. That's 5 miles literally, or that's seven really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that we really have to make sure it's good every day.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to have a business mindset. You got to make some money um, out of something. And coming here to Africa, that really helped us open our mind. Because
Mm-hmm.
if we was in America, we would just still be in the rat race. I'm pretty sure we have our own businesses, but
Yeah, we
it,
still
it would
had the
just
business
be
in America.
like Africa opens your mind to like what's even more possible than what we thought in America.
And it makes you less fearful. I mean, we have received so much funding for our business based in the States that
Hmm.
allowed us to scale and then expand international real estate development.
Exactly.
Like, because in America, I think you're so, depending on how you grow up, I guess, because there are real estate investors in America as well. But for us, that abundant mindset really occurred when we landed in Africa and started to understand, okay. And it could also be because we were 24 and 26 when we moved. So obviously, as you age, you get wiser.
Yeah.
But whatever that factor is, when we landed in Africa, we were like, okay, this is amazing. And then on top of that, if you already have an established business in the States, and then you know how to do business in Africa, it makes your move 10 times easier.
Way easier.
That
Yeah.
has to be part of the way that we've been
Yeah.
successful on our journey, because we don't see things from a W-2 worker perspective.
Mhm.
Everything we do, whether we're buying food, whatever it has to make sense strategically. It
Mhm.
has to make strategic sense. And if it doesn't, then it's not getting done. And it's even down to the management of time, because it gets that serious, where you don't want to be wasting your time with people over here, people over there, going to this party, going to this get together, when you could be investing in what matters. And the way that we found the property that we found, we didn't even like, y'all, it took a minute because we were looking for the right thing. It wasn't like a rush movement. It wasn't like,
Mhm.
hurry, we need to get something. It was just like, let's see what's
Just
right.
let it be. Yeah.
And the guy came to us and he was like, this is only for you. There wasn't
Mhm.
even any bids, competitions. He literally said, this is only for you.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay,
Yeah. It was
praise God.
land. You talking about land?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a babu, like a grandfather. It was like passed down through his family, and he wanted to sell like half the land that he had. And we met him. His spirit was good. He was like, "Yeah, this is for you." I'm like, "Dang, it's like all this." He said, "Yeah, I can do this. This I'll be down there. You be up here." And I'm like, "Okay, cool. Let's do it." Um, so it's just like the relationships,
And
like
that was
really,
2 years ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
So even with that relationship, every time I would go to the land, we would hug and everything, and if I had any extra change or something like that, I would give him because I know that he's working hard to continue to survive how he is, and I know it's like the land where we have it is up in the mountains, so they don't go down the mountain a lot.
Mm-mm.
So whatever money they make, they work for it.
They don't
So
like going down the
yeah, they
mountain.
don't
They
like going
like
down the mountain.
no. they believe it's a curse if you go down the
Yeah.
mountain. That's but hey, I can respect it because up in that area, there's like cities up there. When you're up there, you're
Hmm.
like, why would you go back down? Why would you mess with city folks? For
Hmm.
real. That's the mindset they have. So yeah, y'all, that's a little bit about our real estate journey
Yeah,
here in Africa
but
as journey with us.
even with just like the relationship, because I'm thinking like since we left the country, they probably like, dang, where they at? I'm thinking that they probably took all the wood that was
The
just sitting
fear.
there and everything. They probably got all of, well, not all of it, but just like the extra wood that was there. But that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
That wasn't the case.
It's being well cared for.
Yeah, somebody's looking at it. Somebody's just probably chilling under the roof and just doing whatever that knows me. That's like, okay, I know who built this, so I'm just gonna make sure it's good for him because I know he's
Yeah.
gonna come back. He said he's coming back, so I believe it. I don't care how long it takes.
Is it gonna cut out?
Maybe I don't know.
It's awesome that we
Hold
can
on,
build
it's not okay. Go ahead.
without physically being there because it takes time though to build those relationships. Like you say, y'all might want to go back to the beginning of the video. You were saying you would do
Hmm.
little things to test and see, okay, can I trust you? You
Yeah.
have to do those psychological tests to understand the people that you're dealing with, whether it's diaspora or continental people there in the village, in the city, wherever they are. You have to discern the same way. What comes to mind is Joseph when he was sold off by his older brothers, him being next near to the youngest. The youngest was Benjamin in the Bible. This is a Bible story. Joseph, when his brothers come back to Egypt, or come to Egypt, I should say, not back to Egypt, because he was separated. Y'all gonna have to read that story on your own, Genesis 40 through 50. But when he sees his brothers again, because there was a famine all over the earth, Egypt was the only place that people all over the face of the earth could go for food at that time. And when he sees them, he has to test them. He doesn't just say, it's me. Like he's being
Mhm.
smart and wise, almost like crafty to understand, okay, can I test my brothers? Yeah, they're my blood, but these are the people that sold me.
Mhm.
So I need to see if they've changed and if they have repentance in their heart, and I'm going to keep trying them. And Simeon, or however you want to pronounce his name, the second son of Jacob, he was the one that wanted to actually kill Joseph. And for Simeon, he's putting him through even more tests, having him go back to the land of Canaan, go tell his father, and
Mhm.
having him really be in that position where he was able to prophesy by the Spirit of the Most High in the dream, when he had that dream that the sun, moon, and stars would be bowing to him.
Mhm.
So you do have to test the spirits and see who's who. You absolutely have to test the spirits, because just because we all black don't mean we all have the same spirit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because we all melanated, there's many melanated nations on the face of the earth.
Mhm.
You skin color is not enough. You got to go by the spirit and see who's who, and perform those tests so you can see how to trust them. Such as being in this country, one example, being that we were able to get a long stay visa so quickly and without all the hassle of bribery and all these things. Then when you do business here, and when you're ready to invest here, you're like, okay, this is something I can trust that you're actually going to do what you say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a big thing too when it comes to immigration and government and stuff in certain countries. Yeah. Dang, I trust this government more than the states.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Because
America,
they
they
say a thing and they
yeah,
do it right
yeah,
then.
yeah.
You're not going through hoops and hassles. You got bribes. No. Like just say it and you do it, and you do it in the time frame that's allotted.
Exactly. Like really, time frame is very important too. Because in Tanzania, man, that time frame was that was too long.
Don't remind me.
Yeah, that was too long.
Don't remind me.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah. That's how you can invest in Africa and enjoy your time and invest wisely. You got to be wise. You have to use discernment. And in business, and you can take the same principles, because running a business, we've been entrepreneurs for 8 years now. Running our agency in the States, we do not take any client. We
Mhm.
have questionnaires. Like, you have to go through a whole set of things to work with us, because we don't have time to waste time. And so it's the same thing. This is the mindset you need to have when you're looking at investing in real estate in Africa, because there's a lot of opportunities here, just to be honest.
Yeah.
You have Ghana, you have Benin, you have Togo, you have Senegal. Gosh, Senegal is so beautiful. Tanzania, look, let's be real. Tanzania and Kenya, when it comes to tourism and real estate,
Hmm.
Zanzibar,
Yeah.
ooh, South Africa,
And when you think about real estate, you
ooh,
gotta think about the visa stay too. So if you invest a certain amount of money, so just say if you invest 50,000, man, you should at least get to stay for 5 to 10 years.
right,
If you invest more than that, like more than 100,000, you should at least get to stay 10 to 20 years.
yeah,
So you got to think about where is your investment going to be,
yeah.
and how can you sustain that investment long term.
And that's what we talk about in State of the Diaspora. This is the sixth state of the diaspora that we've done now. The
Hmm.
August meeting that happens August 22nd and 29th. And this is exactly what we cover, because you, like you said, you need to think long term. Like, you want to be somewhere where you can stay 5, 10, 15 years. And if you're like,
Exactly.
no places exist like that, we have a whole list of them.
Yeah.
We just have a
Yeah.
whole list from the
Yeah.
research and diligence that we've done as people that, have a spirit of excellence and diligence about ourselves.
And really try to, teach our people or show our people what we know. Because some people just keep this information and be like, oh no.
It's not time for gatekeeping in the diaspora, because
Yeah.
look, you already got what's going on in the UK with the immigration riots. You already got your natural adversary that is fresh from the Catholic Church in Rome and their descendants. So you
Hmm.
already have to, it's just not time to gatekeep, but it's never been time. And I think that's something that I appreciate so much from even mentors that we've worked with, and things that we're even looking at investing in. Because when you have a team of African people, whether they're diaspora born or whether they're African born, on the continent, of people that are willing to show you the ropes to something that you don't know, so you can get there 5 times quicker than they did, oh,
Hmm.
it's such a blessing. Because we've worked with various mentors, and still right now we're even looking at investing in some different mentors for some different projects.
Exactly. Yeah. Somebody, I just saw this comment. Somebody said, how will you make money when the dollar crash? It's basically what we talking about is real estate in different countries. So even if the U.S. dollar crashed, we still can make money in the currency that we are living in.
Yeah. Or the currency where our property is.
Exactly. So real estate is important. Farming is important. Like it's really like getting your feet wet or getting your toes wet and everything to see how it is going to work out. Because I feel like we did that each and every way.
True.
We made connections in farming and
True.
cattle and poultry and real estate. You know,
Yeah, we did. We did. Because I do remember we went out to that homestead that was just outside of Tonga.
yeah. Even
That
with
guy that used to be our neighbor.
consulting, like lawyers and stuff and
Oh yeah,
things
we
like that, where
oh
we
we
can
on lock
actually
on that side.
like teaching people, marketing, all of it. So yeah.
Yeah, your network is your net worth. People say it is like a cliche, but seriously, if you know the
Hmm.
right people, Africa operates like that already. And so if you have, how can I put it, excellent connections, like some of the people that we're connected with that are Nigerian born or Ghanaian born or South African born, because
Hmm.
literally one of the property managers that we've dealt with here in this country is from South Africa. It's a South African company. And so when you have these different people stationed in various places of the continent and the world overall, it's
Hmm.
like, okay, that's it's a big blessing.
Yeah, even logistics. I forgot about that. Remember Freshy Fresh?
Logistics, yeah. Oh, damn,
He was from
yeah.
well, he was in. Tanzania, but he stayed in South Africa.
Yeah, it's
And
a
he did
blessing.
logistics, and he was very excited to
Yeah,
talk to me. And I'm
yeah.
like,
You
dang,
gotta hit him up
yeah,
just to talk to him.
yeah. You like I say, you always gotta leave a good feeling in people's heart because
Mm,
you just gotta walk how the Most High told you to walk,
yeah,
and everything's gonna work out.
yeah, absolutely.
Because when we met, it wasn't good,
But it ended
but
good.
it ended very good, and he was hitting me up.
Yeah.
He was hitting me up, and I'm like, man, yeah, everything's good.
Yeah, you gotta check on him and see how he's doing. That's yeah. I
Yeah,
forgot about him. Yeah, real estate, and even with you saying that about the connections, your viability in investing in real estate in Africa is based on your network.
yeah. Hmm.
Because even the way we got the property we have now, it was based on the network. Like
Yeah.
it just is. And it's the network of African born people, whether it's Kenyans, Tanzanians, Ghanaians, Sierra Leoneans, South Africans, wherever you're investing, it has to be the network of people that were born in the country and are already in that industry.
Hmm.
Okay. Because we bought from somebody who is already in that industry already. So it was like, okay, there wasn't a big risk factor involved. It wasn't like, oh, this is just in the middle of nowhere. We don't know who the neighbors are. Like it's literally a place where other business minded people are in a village. So
Hmm.
that's one of the steps and one of the patterns that you can take away from this live because that really made it, because perhaps if you're somewhere else, like just in the middle of nowhere, or maybe if the neighbors aren't good, something like that, then you could run into trouble.
Yeah,
So you do have to know that village community and the people around you.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. Be aware of your surroundings always.
Yeah, that's good. Cause yeah. But y'all, we'll take questions. We're 33 minutes in. 29 likes. Thank you for, 29 people in the room. Thank you for being here. If we could get like 5 more likes, we would be so, so grateful. And if y'all could share this live, we would just appreciate that so much. But again, I'm speaking at I keep forgetting the name of this event, y'all. I'm so sorry. Oh gosh. If you're someone that's into investing in international real estate, I'm speaking at the International Wealth and Real Estate Summer Summit that is actually happening August 15th and 16th. Now, if you want to actually join, follow me at Tiffy G Writes on Instagram. That's the only place that you're going to find it because I'm not on every platform. Okay. The International Wealth and Real Estate Investment Summit. I'm going to be speaking amongst some top real estate investors, some other lawyers, some finance professionals, and you're going to learn how to actually invest in Dubai, Ghana, the Dominican Republic, and East Africa. So I'm covering the digital nomad life, investing in business abroad, and running your business from East Africa part of the segment. So enjoy. You're welcome to come. There's going to be a lot of heavy hitters in the room across the globe. So
Mhm.
I'm excited and thankful to be a speaker.
Yeah. So if you guys have any questions, let us know. We'll be taking questions and whatever comes to our mind, we'll be talking about.
Yep, 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 yep.
Yeah. Ricky said moving to Africa is more than about the land; it's a lifestyle, and that's 100% true. You really got to change your mind.
Ooh, that's good. It's more about the lifestyle than the land. It absolutely is. Because you do see people that come and then run back and they're like, well, nothing went right. And it's like, if you don't change your lifestyle and your mindset has to be an African, modest, humble mindset.
Hmm.
That's the way you'll make it. Because the reality is, no matter where you are in the world, you're going to face hardship. For example, in America, we had to do a court case with a real estate attorney that wanted to take our inheritance. And y'all, we went to court and won the case by the Most High's power. It was the most amazing testimony. And I'm so glad that that's the foundation that we had in 2018, because that right there showed me when I start quoting Psalms and
Hmm.
I'm right in the situation, the Most High will move. Y'all, this white man, this guy was out his mind. You're about to get into the story. This man, he tried to take our inheritance. My dad left us an inheritance, okay? And it was like 90, was it $90,000? And he was like, the lawyer, he was like, no, that belongs to probate. That doesn't belong to you. And I was like, oh, this man is wicked as ever. And, I was just thinking, I'm like, man, I don't have money for an attorney to fight this attorney. And so I'm just coming into the truth. And, the only thing I know to do, I'm like, I'm going to read Psalms 35 through 42. I'm reciting the Psalms all week. I go on a fast. I'm reciting the Psalms. I go to the court date. And guess what? The man, this lawyer, this racist old white lawyer, does not show up. Now, in the state of Ohio, if a lawyer tries to bring a charge against you and then they don't show up, the case is dismissed. I was like, oh, look at the fuck. That was the first time that I saw his power like that, and how if Yah is for you, who could be against you?
Yeah.
So, man, from that testimony, from that foundation, that's how we've been moving in Africa.
Really, and that's how you got to move. Like, if the Most High is for you, who can be against you?
I'm so thankful. And it's Psalms 119, where King David says, I'm so thankful for the affliction because through it I learned your laws. Like, ooh, I just thank the Most High. Even thinking of last year this time, I can truly thank the Most High.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, hallelujah. Thank you for betraying me. Thank you. I love it. Thank you. Because you just allowed my father to move way beyond what we could have comprehended.
Like,
way
really,
beyond.
It's really faith to faith, glory to glory. Like, really, like, we're living it.
Yeah.
Each year.
Yes.
Each
month,
year. Each week. Like, really, it gets better and better.
Yeah.
Keep on getting better.
Man,
like, really,
yeah.
Hallelujah.
You got to walk in that authority and power. You got to be of the mindset to take the land. If the Most High tells you to take the land, take the land.
Yeah.
If he's telling you he got your inheritance, go forth and take your inheritance. But if you're too scared, you're going to forfeit it to someone who believes in the goodness of the Most High, like, which really is fine, because we're down to always believe in the goodness of the Most High. That's one thing about us. Like, look, if ain't nothing else, we're going to speak the word, and the word is going to carve away and make the path straight for us. And, exactly, that's what he's been doing. So praise Yah.
He's making it straight. As long as we right here in unity, I'm telling you, it's nothing stopping it. It's nothing stopping it. 1, 2, 3, we good.
Yep.
But somebody asked what happened to the cabin you all was building.
It's being built.
Yeah, it's continued being built. We did everything, like, say, some situations happened, so we had to, leave Tanzania, but that's where we was talking about the relationship.
We chose to leave Tanzania. We could have paid $5,000.
Could have paid $5,000,
but we decided to save our money.
You sound silly. That's not wise. That's not okay for us. So yeah. But yeah, if you guys want to hear about that story, check out Members Only. And I'm gonna be talking about this a little bit later. I'm gonna post a video about the cabin, because recently we've been, give you a little back thing, but we've been sending money to our project manager to continue with the building of the cabin. So we didn't give up on it. We just had to kind of just let the Most High lead and see where it's going to go. But it's still being built. It's still looking beautiful as ever. It's still right there on the mountain. The roof is nice and solid. The walls is nice and solid. Everything is still solid. So yeah, we're excited. Like, he's sending us pictures and stuff. I'm like, man, this is great. Man, I want to get back there and see it and really, get to work, because we got a lot of work to do.
It'll feel good to just, vacation there when it's done. Y'all willing, I hope it could be done in the next year. So we'll see.
Yeah.
It does take some time because it's 2 stories. I think the way we planned it, we thought it would be smaller, but it ended up being much bigger than what we like, because we're new at, like, building cabins, okay? And so, like, we literally, you made the actual outline and blueprint for the cabin. You made it.
Look, you gotta step with it. Like, you gotta step with it. It don't matter if you never done something before. If you just do it, you're gonna get that experience. It don't matter. You're not gonna fail. You're not gonna fail with the Most High. Put it like that.
Yeah.
You really gotta have that trust and that belief and knowing that it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
No matter what, it don't matter. You never did nothing, or this thing that you're about to do, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
make a mistake and keep moving on. Just grow from it and
yeah,
don't make it again. It's very simple.
yeah. Being up there during tabernacles and like seeing the inside, I was like, wow, this is bigger than what I imagined. Or maybe that
Yeah,
was just me because you were up there all the time, so I was like, this is
yeah,
bigger than what I thought. A 2-story cabin, but the Most High is good. But yeah, y'all can do the same types of projects. Y'all can take that same framework and do it in another area of Tanzania, do it in another area in Kenya and Zanzibar. Why? Because alternative living arrangements
hmm
are going up. And it's just returning to the ancient path, the African way.
Okay.
Because people already, you have mud homes, you have, cabins, I even
And
saw
man,
these yurts that we were looking
right? We are
into.
seeing that. We was
Just
like, whoa.
alternative living arrangements is
And they be
in.
costing some money, but yeah.
Alternative living arrangements are amazing. And so you have it so that you don't even have to be booked out the full year. You can be booked out for 6 months and be good because you're living somewhere where the cost of living is 60% lower than America. So
hmm
you don't have to be under the capitalist pressure of, oh, this has to make $2,000 every night.
Yeah.
You don't even have that pressure. You can rightly charge, rightly run the business, rightly run the real estate that you have, and just have it booked out for 6 months of the year. You
Yeah.
don't
Put it
even
like
need.
we saw this I think when we was in Tanzania we saw this white lady. She went to the Maasai, she married the Maasai and she was Airbnb mud like the village mud houses.
She's on
What was it like
Airbnb, y'all.
$600 or something like that?
And her people,
It
the
was like
Belgians, they was
way
leaving the reviews. They was like,
it's
oh,
like
it's
it's
great.
a whole good experience. This experience was great for $600. Like literally sleeping on a mat and everything. People really want you just gotta
In the
know
middle
your
of
audience.
nowhere.
You gotta know
You
your
better know
audience.
your audience.
Like really.
Look.
And that's what we teach. We kind of teach that with everything that we talk about.
You can build something so much higher quality. I mean, because she
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get into that. That was when I saw that on Airbnb, it was like, okay, that's interesting. Just you
Can you
know.
repeat the event
Can
that
you
you're
repeat the
doing?
event you have going on? Yes, it's an event I'm speaking at with 16 other professionals. Most of the professionals are international real estate developers, and so they're in Ghana, the Dominican Republic, Dubai. Those are like the hot spots. We have lawyers, we have finance attorneys, we have professionals in those industries. But I am speaking about digital nomad life, how to run your business from East Africa and anywhere in the world. And so it's called you're actually going to have to go on Instagram because she didn't create the website for it. She actually has it. So follow me at Tiffy G Writes. And if you go to my pinned post, you'll see it, but I'll put the poster up again. And I'll try to put the poster up on the community tab too. The International Wealth and Investment Summer Summit, August 15th and 16th. And so the replays will be available if you can't go right away or right during that time because we have people watching from all over the world.
And we
But that is the
posted on the
summit.
community tab too. Did you post it on the community tab?
I think I did, but I'll post it again.
Yeah, we posted, and the link is in the chat here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but that kind of goes into the next question I saw. With
Oh, she said,
hey guys.
I'm not done.
Mhm.
Bantu Lisa, I'm building for my daughters and their children. I want them to have an inheritance that was kept from us in the U.S. Yes,
Exactly, and
you can do it.
that's the way to
You
do
can
it
do it.
because that's our
That's
family.
scripture.
We are he about to be 13 years old. Ooh, we got like less than 5 years until he's gonna be like on his own pretty
I
much.
love it. And that's another tip that y'all need to know. I learned this working with another lawyer attorney client that we had maybe 3-4 years ago. You can hire your child in your business and save on your taxes, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Hire your child, put them on payroll, and call it a day.
Yeah, learn some things.
Hey guys, how can we support you? Oh, by the way, I just have my passport. Thanks for watching, you all.
I say the support is just support yourself. Just how we talk about the things that we do to help you guys move here to Africa or just move anywhere in the world. So the support for us is we try to provide you guys a service. We try to provide you guys the information and the experience that we have for the past 4 years,
Hmm.
and put it in something where it will help you guys in the long term. So like I
Meaning
said,
Dream Life Africa,
yeah, go
Black
ahead.
Educators
State of
Amplified,
Diaspora.
State of the Diaspora. Check the links in the description.
Go ahead. Talk about
That's it. That you check the links in the
it. You're a good
description.
sales woman.
Well, I'm in marketing and sales.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Hallelujah.
How can I invest in your cabin in Tanzania? Send us an email.
Yeah. Now I say that like invest in the cabin. It's not like we want people to invest in the cabin. Maybe
No,
after the
it's
fact,
self-funded.
yeah, because we're gonna build everything ourselves, and then um we'll see after that. But right now we're just doing it ourselves because that's how you got to do it here in Africa.
Yeah. And it lets you sleep peacefully at night. You don't owe nobody. Because our people, sometimes they never mind. I'm not gonna get into that. I try not to laugh at every live like this, but we
Yes, Earth Homes is very good. Like I know for part of the cabin, once we get everything done with that one, we want to start building Earth Homes
yes,
just so it can be like more cooler and just like a
yes.
place to be open and just see the mountain view, see the
Oh,
stars and stuff.
beautiful.
It's look, we got some ideas.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. You guys didn't need to leave Tanzania. You had children there. All you have to do is stay until they're 18 to decide. That's true. We could have stayed. Yeah, we didn't have to leave. We did choose to leave just for the sake of our sanity and peace.
Yeah, because the immigration there is crazy. Because even just a no we no we had to
You didn't have
well
to. You
not
can
have
pay
to,
them.
yeah, we had to pay more money that didn't make sense. But even with our children being there, we had to get their U.S. passports.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh yeah,
and
we
then
were supposed to talk about that.
once we were leaving, they were saying, "Oh, you have to pay for your children to enter the country, then you can exit."
Tanzanian-born children.
Yeah, Tanzanian-born children. Like that doesn't make sense. Tell me if that makes sense to y'all. If
They
you
have to go members only. You tell them the
no,
full.
I'm talking about right now. But
I'm
does that make sense?
talking about it right
If
now.
your child is born in a country and you get the American passport, it's new, no stamps or anything. It's obvious new. It's obviously
And
new.
it says born in Tanzania.
Yeah, and we got the birth certificates, everything. Born in Tanzania, and they said, "Oh well, you can't exit until you have to enter their passport." So they have to pretty much arrive in Tanzania to stamp the passports, and then you can stamp out and leave.
And we was about to miss the flight because I
That
was
don't
so
that didn't
livid.
make that don't make sense.
And I don't get triggered, y'all. I'm not the triggered person. I can look at you blank and just not care what you're saying. But now you messing with my flight that we paid for.
Yeah.
7 tickets. Now you messing with my flights. And so I was telling him, I was like, you know what? Y'all scrambling around. You're on a new shift. Can you please make this make sense? Can you just do what you said? You're scanning the passport for the third time, brother. I was like, bro. And I don't get irritated like that, but I was like, I'm about to miss it. The pilot came out from Kenyan Airways
Yeah.
and came to tell them, can you get finished with this so they can go?
Yeah.
The Kenyan Airways, and I thank the Most High for that pilot, that he was sent by the Most High because that spiritual principality was going to have us miss that flight.
Yeah.
And
It
I
was
was
great.
like,
Like I'm
oh,
like, this
Yahuwah
don't make
rebuke
sense,
you.
man. Like, so you
Oh,
telling me that a Tanzanian baby have, never mind. Yeah.
but yeah, that's why we talk about being in a place like the one we are now, and they follow up on what they say they were going to do. What's listed on the website is actually how it is.
Yeah, it's exactly.
That's been our experience here.
Exactly.
But we
So
can't say the same about the
yeah,
previous place
just
we've
how
been.
the comments said like, oh they you could have stayed to the 18, but if we would have stayed, we'd have been out of pocket so much
We'd have been
every
snapped.
couple of months.
Would have been on snaps.
Yeah, we probably yeah. I'd have been in the village somewhere, just hiding. Like, nah, y'all tripping. I ain't paying all this money every. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, if you guys want to hear that story, go check out Members Only. We talk about a lot of stuff that is more in depth with our journey here on a continent. Um, and yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
think the
awesome.
best way to enjoy, that journey through Tanzania is how we're living right now.
Yeah,
To have, the home or the vacation base, you could say, and have
yeah,
that, Swahili culture. Our children still know Swahili, our nanny, and all these things because she'll eventually come to visit us soon. But being able to have the freedom of having a self-employed nomad visa,
yeah,
long stay, and then you have these investment schemes here, it's like, okay, you don't have to live in the place to enjoy it.
exactly.
You can let that be a door that is still open and then go somewhere that economically and logistically makes more sense, especially as a family of seven.
Yeah.
Because when I send as a business owner, when I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. And so
Hmm.
I don't take anything less in life.
Like she not playing.
I don't
Like we
play.
be I be look we be like going downstairs and we be like making breakfast or something, making your coffee, and she like, you know what? I'm thinking about doing this, and then next thing I look over, she on the tablet or something or phone. Yep, I did it, and I'm like, dang, like we even finished eating or cooking the breakfast or making the coffee. That's how serious she. But yeah, that's how
Why
it
are you
be.
so funny? That's
Yeah,
how you gotta be. You
yeah,
gotta
like
keep your word.
yeah, and she's helping me with that because
If I
yeah,
say it, I'm gonna do it
that
within the next 45 minutes.
like really,
That's it.
like for real.
So if you come to me in business or anything with contracts and you're not keeping your end, and I put contracts on everything, y'all. I write my own contracts because I have finance and lawyer friends.
Mm,
And so I don't play. You come, look, I will revert you to the contract, ma'am. So you're going to get reverted to the contract. And that's that. And so for me, coming and seeing like in Africa, different places, and you don't keep your word, oh no, no. Because I know I'm not like that when I
mm,
work with people. And so I expect that same respect.
yeah,
And if you don't respect me, fine. That's cool.
exactly.
And that's that.
Yeah. Look at the comments real quick.
Any other questions? We just had like a hilarious, we just had to.
Yeah,
We
this is us,
literally just
guys.
had to. Ricky Susie said they'd be about that money. Oh gosh, I don't blame y'all for leaving. If I had a little ones, I would look for more economic play. Right. Now, Bantu Lisa, it's great for retirement, to be honest, because we still know people there who retired,
Yeah.
got the retirement visa. It works well if you're retired.
Hmm.
It works amazingly well, even because the lifestyle is very relaxed. You can have your boda or whoever do stuff for you. It's a very relaxed, nation. But yeah, when you're early 30s, late 20s,
Yeah, you got a lineage,
entrepreneurship,
you got a line of age that's gonna
seven
be
or five
yeah.
children. I don't know why I keep saying seven children. Five children. Five.
Five.
Not seven. We're seven people. When you got five children and you try and leave an inheritance, then you do like to
Yeah, especially like
expand.
yeah, you got to think about that. I think people don't think about that like coming here to Africa. So when you really want to leave an inheritance and you left everything in the states, like okay, I can see you go to the states and stuff, and you work a job, whatever, blah blah blah. You just have that American dream pretty much. But when
Hmm.
you leave that behind, you gotta be about business here
Right.
to for your lineage.
Right.
It's not like we automatically had the but inheritance in the states and we brought it here
I
to
mean, technically we
tech.
did,
Yeah,
but
yes,
yeah.
but just from like a business money mindset, I guess, to really leave behind.
Yeah. Yeah, and also a family is big. Our priorities are different than a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know.
So like when you have a family, that's something to really think about. Um, because I know we get a lot of people that be saying certain stuff, and it's just like, bro, you just do you have 5 children? Like,
Most people in America don't. It's under a curse right now. I don't know if y'all know about that curse, but it's called the judgment of the Most High, the depopulation.
hmm
That and people will say, "Oh, well, humans created it," but the Most High is allowing it, y'all.
hmm
Certain nations being depopulated, including America, where the average family has 2.1 children. Now, in Africa, Tanzania, to be more specific, people have 4 children on average. We have 5 children, so you just thank the Most High because he, with this judgment that he's placing on the Western nations, he is also replenishing his chosen
hmm
people the way that he said he would. And so you just walk in that, be happy about it, and that's it.
Exactly. Yep.
But yeah, that is our real estate journey in Africa.
Yeah.
It's a great journey.
And like, yeah, like you can do so much here in Africa. We'll be here all day, but
We should say
it's so
East
much
Africa to
stuff.
be more
Yeah,
specific.
East Africa. Um, it's so much stuff that you can do, like really
Affordable.
affordable stuff too. You
Seriously.
just gotta like really open your mind, and it will come to you.
Yeah, start looking into alternative housing, tiny homes, mud homes, wood cabins, yurts.
hmm
Y'all, own the property. Find out what a trust is.
Yep.
Find out how to have a power of attorney in various countries.
Yeah. Even I was just thinking about this, like
Get the
even if
right
you
attorney.
build like chicken coops, you don't have to have chickens, but if you build it for somebody that wants to, because it's a lot of people that do chickens
In
and
Tanzania.
just grow, and they keep growing and growing and growing. So you know, even if you have a construction company that do that, when it's like just that's the main thing. You know, certain things like that you got to think about. So yes.
Bantu says I'm getting a coop built as well. That's awesome.
hmm
That is awesome. I think y'all. I can't believe we've been talking for another. It don't feel like it. It doesn't feel like it. Oh, Bantu Lisa, the retirement age is 55 for Tanzania, lower than most countries. That okay? That's good to know. 55. That is lower than most countries. Kenya also has a decent retirement visa as well. That K2 visa. We be talking
hmm
about that and say the diaspora. We're like, yeah, if we were over 35, it's not a retire. It's like a similar to this visa. It's a self-employed visa.
Yeah.
The one here doesn't have age limits, but Kenya you have to be 35. But if you can prove you make $2,000 a month, that K2 visa, look, y'all
Yeah.
better be looking into stuff. You got lots of favor that's available on the continent.
hmm
And then Benin said they're going to be doing dual citizenship. Burkina Faso said they're going to be doing something similar, inviting the diaspora. So look, y'all better diversify. And you know what? I forget if it was Dr. Umar Johnson. Somebody said it in a wise way. I think it was him. But the Africans in America who were born in Africa and live in America, they're in still a better situation than our community of African Americans because they have Africa to fall back on. Like when stuff hits the fan, they're gonna hop on a plane. One, they know how to save, so their resources are gonna be together. I'm gonna tell you that because we work with continental Africans in our businesses. They can teach you so. I'm telling y'all, they are so good at saving,
Yeah.
so meticulous with finance. And so they're going to be hopping back on that plane to go back to their respective country. But for us, if we do not return to Africa and start diversifying, start investing, start at least, if even if you don't want to invest in nothing, at least visit and build a network of Africans, Tanzanians, Kenyans, South Africans, Ghanaians, Sierra Leoneans, wherever it is, build a network of people, okay? So that you have something to diversify when stuff hits phase 5.0 hit the fan, because they already hit the fan. The cost of living in America alone is, ooh, it makes you want to vomit.
Yeah.
I'll be looking, I'm like, golly, that's I'm like, that's wrong. That's so wrong. How you gonna do humanity like
Yeah,
that?
yeah. And, no, Africa. It like anybody here in the comments that's in Africa. I know they can relate to this. No matter where you are in Africa, and you're from America, you're born in America, and you come to Africa, you can um, understand the community of Africans.
Mm-hmm.
So just say like Bantu Lisa, right? We never
Mm-hmm.
really physically met her,
Mm-hmm.
but I know she's here on the continent, so
Mm-hmm.
I know she will understand the community
Mm-hmm.
of us,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's like what you said earlier, how people that's um, born in Africa that goes to America, they have that sense of community
Right.
because they was
Right.
born in Africa
Right.
with the community.
Yeah.
But us that was born in America, we don't have no type of community where we
Oh.
will understand
Mm.
like what I'm talking about right now.
Even when we think we do,
Yeah, even when we think we do, we don't.
we don't.
So Africa, I'm telling you, it teaches you a lot. It helps you for the future. It helps you build that community because Africans here on the continent will teach you that.
Yeah, Africans help you be a better human.
Like really.
Let's straight up. And it's the origin of everything. Africa is where everything started. It's literally like, y'all. And you don't understand it until, like you were saying, Bantu Lisas in Tanzania, other people in other various countries in Africa. Until you see that community function,
Mm-hmm.
you don't realize how screwed up America is. Then you realize it, and then you're like, oh, wow, I could never return to that matrix. I
Mm-hmm.
could never return to that dungeon of dysfunction.
Yeah,
Oh, no, I could never return to that mindset. Because returning to America is returning to the mindset of the colonizer,
exactly. That's why we try to
the
teach.
capitalist mindset,
We try to tell people
selfishness.
like, man, like Africa teaches you a lot. Even like a lot of stuff that we don't say, like you really have to feel it in a way
You
too.
do, because there's no way to articulate it. That's why you
Yeah.
have senses. Some things can't be told. Some things you have to feel with your. I was about to say feel with your eyes. Good gosh,
No, really.
feel with your body,
No, that
your
makes sense.
five
That makes sense
senses.
to
See it
me.
with your eyes, smell it, all of it. Like
That
you
makes
have to
sense to
get
me.
those five senses active in Africa to understand the dynamics and the treachery that's going on in Western society.
Hmm.
Because it's nothing short of treachery. Just look at what's happening in the UK right now, where they're literally rioting against melanated people being in the country. Well, nobody rioted when you decided to take all of your Jesus ships and do the crusades and go rape and pillage all the indigenous peoples of the earth. Nobody was rioting against you. But you, I'm gonna have to get off the line. I'm gonna go on a rant. And if you would love for me to speak at your event on anti-racism, I would be delighted. That's one of my keynote speak. I got paid for a speaking engagement back in 2022 talking
Hmm.
about anti-racism. That's like one of my favorite things to talk about. Y'all know I could talk about it all day because folks are treacherous.
Yes.
Folks are treacherous. So yeah, that's it.
But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. We're about to get off here. Um, Make sure you like the video, leave us a comment, share the video, and make sure you check the links in the description. Make sure you diversify um, your money too, because what's going on in these Western societies, in these Western systems, you gotta be ahead of the curve. You gotta be ahead of them. So make sure you diversify your money. So check the links in the description. State of Diaspora is coming up August 22nd. Dang, that's 2 weeks. In 2 weeks.
August is flying by.
Yeah.
The full year is flying by. Ricky Sims said, one more time for the event. Yes, family. Let me get the poster back up. The International Wealth and Investment Summer Summit, August 15th and 16th, which is next week. We're going to be talking about investing in Dubai, Ghana, and Dominican Republic. I am a speaker at the event amongst 16 other speakers that are mostly in international real estate development, international law, international finance, international investing, and business ownership. But my segment of the event is digital nomad life, investing in businesses abroad and running it from East Africa. So please give me a follow at Tiffy G Writes on Instagram, and then check the pinned post if you want to learn more and actually sign up.
We'll leave the link in the description too.
Yes, so that y'all can sign up.
Yeah. But yeah,
And
man.
yeah, I look forward to that event. You know, I'm honored to be there, but definitely rewind this video so you can hear my whole spiel about that. Because yeah, go representing the Journey with Us clan.
Yes. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Talk next video. Shalom.